Welcome friends to my new channel with another video. As always, if you enjoy these videos, please make sure to hit subscribe button. What is the worst Christmas song? Christmas Shoes. Oh God, bludgeon me to death with 50 violins. Varjulkskinka Harrimd by Werner and Werner. Roughly translated, it means, our Christmas ham has escaped. It contains some quaint phrases such as, didn't you close the oven door, Werner? I did. He must have busted out. How can a pig just disappear? But he probably believed in a life after Christmas. He said goodbye and went to Hawaii with Piggy. The Christmas ham has escaped. The family is coming in an hour. Has nobody seen our little pork chop with a butt shiny with fat? Now we give up because without his body the pig feast will flop and just random pig noises. It's sung in ridiculous voices and there are so many bad puns in Swedish. I wished I could make this up. The worst part is that is actually quite catchy. Edit. I have been informed I'm wrong and this is a good song. Sorry. It's not the songs that suck, it's the covers. Here's why. Retailers and radio stations need a constant supply of Christmas songs to play. Some can be old, but they always need some new ones as well. There are a million great songs about heartbreak, struggles with addiction, the joy on the other side of those things, because songwriting comes from personal emotional experience. For adults, that's not Christmas. If you have some awesome little hook, a nice riff you think you can build a great song around, you're not going to put it in a song that will only be played 1/12 of the year. So retailers will play whatever sappy, bell-filled shit people come up with because that's what's available, and songwriters and performers will make the stuff because it is guaranteed to get played, no matter how little effort they put into it. It's the Christmas industrial music complex, man. It may not be the worst Christmas song, but it goes on way too long with all the repetitions. The 12 Days of Christmas. It's not American, but I still have no idea what the hell Dominic the Italian Christmas donkey is supposed to be. Oh God. I moved to a heavily Italian-American area when I was a teen and the local radio station fucking loved this song. The first time I heard it I actually had to Google if it was a legit thing or some sort of elaborate on-air prank. I couldn't believe something that bad was actually popular. The random braying noises were particularly grating. Christmas Shoes puts me in a depressing mood. I saw mommy kissing Santa Claus. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. I can't stand songs that repeat the same phrases over and over again. A chorus being sung 2 or 3 times in the song is good, but I just feel this song only has to one lyric and the beat makes me anxious. I saw mommy kissing Santa Claus is in such a high register that every version, especially with a kid singing, becomes a squeaky high-pitched ordeal. It's a cliche answer, but Christmas Shoes. It's just a bad song wrapped around a terrible message and I hate it. Close second to Frosty the Snowman. For purely personal reasons. I worked in a retail environment for about 2 years and from 11/24 to 12/26 it was non-stop Christmas music. Which was basically just the same 5 songs performed by 13 different people. Frosty was just the one that I couldn't manage to drown out and decades later it still makes me grouchy to listen to it. Sounds like it's time for my annual reminder that Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah is not a Christmas song, is not a hymn, is not church appropriate in most contexts, is not about Jesus, and is about sex. I'm pretty sure Hallelujah started being played as a Christmas song because Leonard Cohen died in November 2016, and so radio stations just so happened to be playing his most famous song around the beginning of the holiday season. The unintentional association was made and has seemingly stuck. I never heard it once used in that context before his death. Howsoever, my understanding is L. Cohen wrote over 180 versions of the song. If you listen to various artists performing the song you'll find many variations of the lyrics. I suspect if you pick and choose the lyrics you can give it a religious bent. Once the song was used in Shrek it became huge and multiple variations were then revealed. Cohen was a genius, but dismayed it took an animated movie for his true gift to be acknowledged. So long Marianne is beautiful. I'm jet nuttin' for Christmas. All of them. But no, seriously, Grandma got run over by a reindeer. Why the fuck is Grandpa having a good time when his wife of probably several decades just got turned into roadkill? Maybe he paid the reindeer to do it. Thank you, I never did like that song. My school almost did it for a Christmas pageant. All of the other kids were laughing, and when they kept asking me why I wasn't, I ended up shouting, because this family is terrible. You mean to tell me that they let Grandma, who was drunk and off her meds, walk home at night, all alone, through the snow, on Christmas Eve, and she was run over by Santa Claus, and the grandpa was happy about it? Does that sound like a funny song to you? A couple of the kids then actually started crying, and the director removed the song from the pageant. I was also given detention for making other kids cry. My grandmother died in the fall semester of my 6th grade year, sometime in October. We knew it was coming, but it still hurt because we were really very close. It was also my first year in band, I was in percussion. We started rehearsing for the Christmas concert around Halloween. We played the same song every day. If grandma got run over by a reindeer wasn't bad enough, imagine it played by 10 and 11-year-olds in the first 6 months of learning an instrument after burying your actual grandmother. That song can suck a f**k. I used to say the Christmas shoes song or Feliz Navidad, but then one year I was forced to listen to Dominic the Donkey. Hands down this is the absolute worst Christmas song in history. If you haven't heard it, go and listen to it, come back here and then tell me how right I am. Something about Paul McCartney's "Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time" rubs me the wrong way. Sorta on the topic. If you listen to "Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree" very closely, the line about pumpkin pie sounds like "Later we'll have some pumpkin pie lol," and you'll never unhear it, I promise. That is one of my top absolute favorites. The girl has a frickin' incredible voice for a little kid. It's upbeat, unapologetically dumb, and it's about getting a hippo as a present, which is clearly excellent. Plus it includes both the word rhinoceroses and hippopotamuses, two criminally underused words in the holiday season. Grandma got ran over by a reindeer. Hoss, that song. All I want for Christmas is you. Mariah's voice goes right through me. Every time. That 80s synth one. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time is like soul destroying. Santa Baby is the worst by far. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. It's a turd. Paul McCartney has done a lot of good things in this life, but Wonderful Christmas Time sounds like a non-funny anti-parody of Barnes and Barnes Fish Heads. Irving Berlin's Happy Holiday is an exercise in forced rhyming. When old Santa gets into town, he'll be coming down the chimney, down. So hoop-dee-doo and dickory-dock, and don't forget to hang up your sock. Andy Williams' version is one of my favorites to sub in dirty lyrics. Something I do when I'm baking Christmas cookies. So hoop-de-doo and dickory-dock, and don't forget to sit on my cock. Another favorite is Brenda Lee's "Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree." Later we'll have some f***ing pie, and we'll do some caroling. Chipmunk's "Christmas Don't Be Late." Do they know it's Christmas? My family and I always laugh at this one. Well, tonight thank God it's them instead of you. And there won't be snow in Africa this Christmas time. When has there ever been snow in Africa on Christmas? I like it because it's an endless loop of a guy getting dumped on Boxing Day. It works better if you add names. 2019 last Christmas I gave Terry my heart, but the very next day, Terry gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to Cameron. 2020 last Christmas, I gave Cameron my heart, but the very next day, Cameron gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to Lindsay. 2021 last Christmas, I gave Lindsay my heart. Santa Baby. It's just such a weird sexualization of Santa Claus as well as carrying the shit message, hey give me lots of stuff and I'll f*** you. It's weird, not really for kids at all, and a not very good song to boot. Silver Bells. Just wants to put me to sleep. Best Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. Epic Carol of the Bells. Last Christmas. It's just so dumb. I hate it. Last Christmas I gave you my heart, but the very next day you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. To save me tears. That's the reason you specifically didn't attempt to give your heart to someone special the first time, but now because you don't want to cry, you will this year. This is on you. The weird story song about a mouse and cat freezing to death or something like that. I haven't heard it on the radio in a couple years, probably cause it's so strange. I always wondered why TF it was ever played in the first place. For me it's not the actual song, but the performer who sings it. Don't kill me, but it's Have Yourself a Very Merry Christmas by Chrissie Hynde, Pretenders. It's like hearing nails on a chalkboard for me, or cats screaming in an alleyway. Every time it comes on, I just can't. Oog. How the hell has no one said baby, it's cold outside yet? It has absolutely nothing to do with Christmas, yet I always hear the song being played around this time of year. Not to mention the lyrics are creepy as hell. Last Christmas. It has a catchy tune, but it is about a whiny person who got dumped, complained a lot, and then revenge dated some poor other person to get back at the person who dumped them. I'd rather listen to dogs barking Jingle Bells. Do they know it's Christmas? 1. Africa is a continent full of a wide variety of ecosystems. 2. There are numerous places that get snow in Africa. 3. Not everyone in Africa is Christian. 4. Not everyone in Africa is starving. 5. There are some very wealthy people in Africa. 6. Nothing ever grows. No rain or river flows. What? 7. This song feels racist or something like that. Last Christmas. Here is my question. If he gave you his heart last Christmas and you gave it away, and he swears to spare himself tears by giving his heart to someone special this year, doesn't that imply that you yourself as the recipient of his heart last year were not special in his eyes when he gave you his heart? Is this the song of a reformed hoe? The Christmas Shoes. Of course a contemporary Christian group would give us a totally depressing story about a mom dying on Christmas Eve so she can meet Jesus. It was also turned into a movie so you get double the pain. Destiny's Child version of The Little Drummer Boy is also crap.